So the story I chose to do, because I live in Frankston, so there's actually some pretty gruesome stories going around. So I chose to do one that happened about 20 years ago, I think, and it's a murder story, so it's pretty gruesome and terrible. So it happened about just around the corner from where I live, from where I live now, and from where my parents actually lived at the time that it happened. So from what my parents have told me, on the night that it happened, they heard police sirens and helicopters moving around the area above the house and down the road where it happened. And they watched on the news that this girl named Natalie had just been murdered along Sky Road, which is actually just outside my street. There's a gravel path that leads from Sky Road to a school down that way, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to walk through the track. It's actually a really scary place. On either side of the path are really high grey wire fences, and beyond that is a sort of reserve, and there's a golf course a little further along down the road. So there's trees and everything down there. It's pretty creepy. My dad used to actually take me and my sister bike riding along the track, and I used to absolutely hate it down there because it was really scary because I knew what had happened. And it was weird to go along where someone had been murdered, because it's sort of like, oh, did it happen there, or did it happen there? It's a bit weird. Anyway, so it was really scary. Anyway, so apparently this girl, her name was Natalie, had been walking home from school along the track by herself, and this guy jumped out and obviously, killed her, and left her there, from what I've heard. So the police were looking for him, and when they located him, they actually found these traces of the guy's skin under Natalie's fingernails from where she'd clawed at him. So they were able to do tests and identify him as the murderer. My mum also told me that he'd been apparently found guilty of, I think, 2 other murders of other women around the area. So apparently he's still in jail, and now the track's named after her. It's called Nat's Track. And kids, I think, still use it to get to the same school, so, it's still being used, and, it's still there. It's got a memorial and everything over there, so, yeah, happy story. So that's what I found out about Frankston, and that's the tale that I chose to use.